Okay, hello everyone. I'm again here after a very long time. Let me start my virtual camera. Okay, and no virtual camera. Okay, so I think I need to start a real camera. So let me check how I can start it. So, okay, so I think something is blurry on my camera. Let me fix it. Is that fine? Yes, now it's fine. It's looking very fine. So, so guys, these are the two posts I posted yesterday. Let me show you one. Before that post, I post this one. So what's this post tell us? So the title is important backend security for basically Node.js GraphQL devs. So not only GraphQL or Node.js dev, they think apply on Java, PHP, and any kind of backend we are using. So we have to uh, ensure that we have apply and follow the some rule and regulation like to save our backend services. So important backend security. So I say here like many developer believe that we use helmet, we use some another library to secure. So thing is not much simpler like that they are thinking. So we have to add more security ethics in our code. So not only just helmet or any few library that can help. They can help a lot, but not at all. So any hacker can hack our API or library by just triggering some CURL or other thing. They have a lot of tool. I don't know what kind of they use, but I faced it. So for the SQL we have to use OMR also. OMR is basically object object relation mapping or parameterized queries like Prisma, type OMR or Sequelize. So OMR is basically is it's a library or library which is used for writing queries in both databases like Sequelize or MongoDB. So we have Prisma, which is OMR, and TypeORM also used for OMR and Sequelize. So I used Prisma and Sequelize. I have not used that
It's
this type
9:15.
OMR, but these two both are enough. Right now, industry they use this OMR and parameterized queries means that when we writing simple queries like select star from student or any kind of table, we or when we update any kind of data like update set and passing some direct value in it. So we have to not follow the some ethics when writing the queries. So we have always follow the parameterized query to write any query. Let me show an example of parameterized queries. Okay, so I'm just opening the chat GPT over there, and let me ask her to chat GPT write a secure and give me both secure and insecure example. Give me both both secure query and in SECR query. Example, let me fix my spelling before. Just one thing is wrong. I put here extra. Okay, and what is this wrong here? There, parameterized query, and what is, just put it, understand what we try to say. Let me ask for both, like give me for both DB, MongoDB and SQL or Postgres. Okay, so perfect question, Ajay. This is exactly the kind of thing interviewer expecting and backend engineer to explain clearly. Below are the step-by-step insecure or versus secure example of Sequelize or and MongoDB. Okay, so we have Node.js example, which is showing some wrong query example. So this is the query, and you can see there we fetch email from the request body and simply uh, add in query and pass in a string which is email. So what the thing is wrong there, hacker can modify and pass something else in the body as a string, and your I think, sorry, and your query will be compromised. So user can access any kind of data, or a user can perform any kind of operation using this email field simply. So as you can see, attacker example, image email or I1 is equal to 1. So what it will do, let me see if any result is there. No any result. So this is the hack user can send, or final query become select star from user where you email is blank. Okay, and or 1 is equal to 1. So obviously 1 is equal to 1 is true, or email is blank. So any kind of any of this is will be true, condition is true, and it will return all the users. Okay, so it will return all the users. So as you can see, your query return the all of the user. So what the security thing we have to do? So parameterized query is very helpful for securing the queries, like accessing the email from the queue, and we pass here select star from where email $1. So basically in previous example we pass as a string, and here we pass something like that $1. So that means uh, in this array first index is for email. Okay, this for this email. So this is the array, and this is the array you can see here, and it has only email value, and client query will be executing there, and query will be passed from this constant variable, and as you can see $1 is the first parameter. Okay, so user input is treated as a data, not executable SQL. Okay, um, so that mean if we pass parameterized query, so the user query data will be triggered as not a executable SQL. So injection is impossible. So That's the example we have seen here. So you can see, for accessing user by we have passed email and has password. So comparing the password and data will be returned, and this is the very secure example. Okay, so in the case of MongoDB, you can see insert insert example, or no, not an insert example. It's a find one query, which finding result from like email and password. Like they are trying to fetch users. Okay, and what's wrong with this query is Express plus MongoDB, which is a wrong example. Email and password is the request dot body. From the request body, here you can see destructured email and password from the request body, and you can see user. In the user variable, we have database db dot collection and passing user collection and find one. So basically this is our database, and we a collection function which is requesting a user parameter. This is the collection user, and find one query is executed. So attack payload is in this example, which is they can pass in email. So email is there, yeah, right, and password is there, yes. So email user can pass not equal null, and not equal null, and our query will be compromised again. So ChatGPT will give very fine example, that is very good example. So secure query plus validation. So what we do here, we accessing as a string. So from the request body, before that we directly destructuring the email and password and passed in the query. So in the find one we have passed email and password. So user can we can assume that user pass from the body not equal null, not equal null, and it will return bypass the authentication. So correct query is this. So we can see string is there, okay, and email is accept as a string, and password also accept as a string, okay. And after that we pass as a email and password, okay. So one more thing is there. As we can see, email uh, as a property and email as a value we passed like that. But as we can see, only email and password we pass, not like that. So this is also secure. If anything is changed like that, like that, our query wrong automatically. So there is this is not possible, that is not possible as a property. So it's not a key, it's not a valid key. So that's the example is very good. That's we can see example is very good. Okay, here we can see prevented operation injection, operator injection not equal greater than extra. So more secure recommendation hash validation. So let's see what is the hash validation. So validator, we have a validator library we have you importing here, and we use validator is email, okay. So if it is email, it call this statement. If not, it will be returned as a invalid email. This also very helpful. So we have no need to write custom code for checking validating the email syntax. It automatically verify is email true, or not. So it return the boolean value. If it's wrong, it pass the array or throw the array. So here we use bcrypt for password comparing. So request.body.password and user password agar if match, so it will be good. So very dangerous MongoDB pattern, never do this. Okay, so extremely insecure, we don't need to write like that. So ChatGPT say that this is very insecure, attacker control the entire query. Okay, so let me check what's the wrong in this. So basically I'm not understand what here you try to say. Just put a y, because this line let the attacker control your query logic and not just data. This class no SQL injection vulnerability. So नो एसक्यूएल इंजेक्शन इसके अंदर है ना, नो एसक्यूएल इंजेक्शन वर्नेबिलिटी है. सो एज यू कैन सी, लेट्स ब्रेक वाई दी डेंजरस, हाउ इट गेट एक्सप्लोइट एंड हाउ टू फिक्स इट. यू एक्सपेक्टिंग समथिंग लाइक दैट? email ajay@example.com, very nice. Password 1256. So MongoDB run, email here and password this looks fine, but MongoDB query can are executable object, not a plain data. Okay, so how attacker exploit it? Authentication bypass, attacker send email. Okay, MongoDB execute. So matching any result, attacker log without knowing credential or injection. Okay, so it totally depend on our schema, like um, what is in our schema. So this is basically use or operator and not equal to. This is very insecure, and this is are get by email and password register. So this is very insecure. We have to take care of this when writing the code. So basically I'm using OMR always. So like for the MongoDB I use Mongos. Many developers are using Mongos. So that is very good thing. So these are basically happen in SQL. So where the people mostly really like simple queries, not OMR. Like in when a user writing in code in PHP or simple programming languages. What is going there? Okay, where is going there? Passing request.body directly to MongoDB allow no SQL injection, where attacker
It's
inject
9:30.
operator like not equal or where. So basically thing is that we don't we have to remember that we are not passing request body directly in a query. This is where the attack will be performed. Okay, so passing directly like that request.body is very dangerous. This is very dangerous. It's not a secure way. Explicit fielding mapping. Okay, so we have to take care of this thing. Let me go again from this page. Key rules. SQL injection happen when you build queries with string. No SQL injection happen when you trust object from user. Okay, right. So in MongoDB we have objects we are passing object as a query. So if we get directly from the like if we get object from directly users, so uh, for the hacker is very easy to uh, manipulate your data by just sending data in object like miscellaneous data in a object. Okay, so for the NoSQL, we have to take care of our objects when we passing in the query. So for the SQL, we have to take care of this thing like SQL injection happen when you build a query with string. Okay, so for the case of SQL, we have to take care of a string query, or for in the case of NoSQL, we have to take care of object which is not passed by directly user. And for this we have to take care of concatenation, string concatenation. Like here we have concatenate this string, so this will very dangerous. And we have always use parameterized query, parameterized query. Okay, so I hope you guys are understand this post. Let me check uh, the response of this query. So there is not only SQL injection, there is something more also. Okay, so we read about SQL injection or no SQL injection. So we have to use OMR and parameterized query, Prisma, TypeORM or Sequelize. So no SQL we have schema validation, type enforcement or sanitize filter. For XSS input entering in backend, use joy or jod jod validation or sanitize with sanitize-html. So let's understand what here trying to say. So charging is low. Better कितनी है? Just allow me 1 minute. I'm back, guys, again. Let me add some background in my video. Leave it. We have not much time for that. So I think I open something here. No, no. Let me cross this. Cross this also. Cross this also. Cross this also. Okay. So we are reading about XSS and input, input entering backend. Okay. We have to use Jod and Joy library and sanitization. Okay. Or Helm does not stop a bad input from entering API. Okay. So Helm just prevent at some miscellaneous in operation from browser only. It not help to it not helpful to stop attack from APIs. Okay, let me open chat GPT again. Put it here. Explain this one. Explain spelling गलत है. Sorry for that. Great question, Ajay. This is very misunderstood area, escapely for backend developer. Let's break XSS. Let me explain what is XSS. XSS is cross-site scripting. Okay. When input enters the backend is clear, practical, Node.js focused way. So access cross-site scripting happen when untrusted user input is stored or returned by your backend and later execute in the browser as a script, JavaScript. Okay. So XSS is untrusted input is stored in or written by your backend. So this run when this miscellaneous activities run when your backend will execute something on your browser, which is written by the your browser, oh sorry, backend, and untrusted user input stored or written by your backend and later execute in the browser as a JavaScript. The backend is this often the secure of accesses even though execution happen on the front end. Example: how accesses enter the backend. Dangerous input from user. Like it's not very dangerous. It's like it's a simple alert. Dangerous input from user, like alert hacked. So if your backend accept this store in DB and send in it back in the in back in API response. Access vulnerability exit. How to stop कहाँ गया? How to stop this? So validation exode joy in is input saved correctly. Validation insecure the data structure and type are correct. It does not remove miscellaneous content. It just insecure the input. Follow your rules. Okay. So this will happen basically when users send something JavaScript code as a input and it will store in your backend. After that, when your backend send response to the users, it this JavaScript script code will be execute on the user front end. So we have to check that is there any kind of code is sending by the like interested user on your backend. We have to stop this kind of thing so that user not allowed it to send miscellaneous JavaScript code as a input to your backend. So for that we use Jod or Joy like input shaping correctly validation. These are the validation library. So we have Jod Jed, and like we have a comment schema Jed dot object, and we have comment. You can see that we have a object comments, and we can see there we specify the type is string, and minimum is the how many minimum character in a comment can be, like it only one, and max is 300. So so this is the schema, and we pass our entire body in this schema. It will be written a validated result. So preventing input field, prevent hug payload, or does not stop script. So as you can see, if someone pass a script, it will not allow that. So for this we have sanitize HTML, remove dangerous content. So sanitize script or escape HTML JS before storing or returning it. Example using sanitize HTML. Import sanitize HTML. We install this library on our backend, and after importing this library, we have to pass our request body, and we pass here like allowed it tag or allowed it attribute. So no HTML allowed it. So we pass this as a blank, so there is no HTML code is allowed it. And if we send this input, alert accesses hello, so your output only hello, and it will completely remove your script. So if you pass this hello inside the script, it's also remove the hello. So this is very safe, and this library is very helpful for it check our request body and validate is there any HTML code, or is there any like schema failure. It also Jod also return errors, and but it not able to stop your script. So for that we have to use sanitize HTML. Okay. Why, why both are required? Validation as validation or sanitization, data shape or limit, or sanitize remove miscellaneous code. Okay, so both are very powerful. Real world backend flow, you can see schema dot request dot body parser, request dot body comment, sanitize HTML, request dot body comment. So we have to apply this for every.
It's
I
9:45.
can see there request dot body. This is applied on comment only. Okay. So backend common backend access mistake. Front end will escape it. React escape by default. So backend is safe. Helmet protect me. Attacker does not use your front end. They use CURL postman or script. Bonus output. Encoding front end. Ensure with sanitization front end must not use dangerous set inner HTML. If use sanitize again. If use sanitize again. If use sanitize again. Okay. So access enter through backend when we store or return untrusted input validation in secure structure, but sanitization remove executable content. I validate input using Jod, Joy, and sanitize text field using sanitize HTML body storing for responding. Let me show this example like in the VS Code. What's thing is this? Where is my VS history? Okay, as you can see that mm, let me send login success and remove this validation. This is the validation for I use Jode. Let me show this from this method. I use Jode input library and validate login. So let's check. Okay, I also use head library. This also very helpful. So I can show it in my main file. I use rate limit for rate limiting, and I also add a X request ID for track every request. Like if anything happen wrong in any request, so I can track with a X request ID. So I only allow some custom origins like localhost for now, and or use a global error handler. So this is very simple. I will modify it later. Okay. So this is my GraphQL code. Let me show you where I use element library. Where is it? Is where is it? This is there is. As you can see, I use element library. Let's me first I comment this library. So what happened after that? Let me run my. First off, I need to close this. Okay, I started the backend service and front end service right now, and I also check my Docker services is running or not. Oh, my Docker is not running. Let me run Docker. Docker is started in just few seconds, and as you can see, engine is started. And let me try again. So our service is started. Up. All services are up. Let me run Docker compose also. Docker compose up hyphen d. Okay, so my all services are now running fine. So for this, let me just open a request. Slash no sign in. So I'm working on this project. I'm just started this project and not completed its authentication flow. I'm just showing you something uh, like security risk which is currently existing in my code also. So you can see login success is showing there because I simply return login success, as you can see. Okay, so nothing is happened right now there. I am copy this CURL and ask ChatGPT to like add some miscellaneous. ChatGPT add some XSS or hack para like HTML like passing it. I paste it simply. So it will modify our request. So as you can see, it pass a XSS request as like script, or let me run this curl terminal inside this terminal and check. Okay, so what it written, invalid format, email pattern is wrong. Okay, so why this happen? We use validation, input validation here, and Jod verify our request. So it simply return this status code, like invalid input format, email pattern is invalid. Okay, so input is email, and in invalid input email address, invalid email address. So let me comment out this code also. Okay, and then run same again. So login success is showing there. So we have to use Jod library, or we have to use our custom kind of thing for handling this kind of attacks. So I'm comment this code for now, and let me written something like HTML also, like script. Let me send something like inline code as a, and run this. Mhm. Okay, okay. Let make this get request. Before that, make it get request. Okay, and now run this. As you can see, login success is showing. And if I use helmet library, so it help, what it help, it help to, it will not allow to execute inline code. So I am try to reload it, and it not allow to run some miscellaneous code like inline script. I can show it in the inspect tab. Let me open for you, and you can see the error. So executing inline script violation the following content security policy directive script SRC. I can also show you our header request, so how it will visible. So you can see default as SRC base URI font, and many things is added here in secure request or inline save. As you can see, this is the content security policy, and unsafe inline. So it will treat unsafe inline. It will not allow to execute any backend returned backend return code to the front end. So we have to follow this ethics, like use helmet for the cross-site scripting on the front end side, and so that backend, if our backend are not returning any kind of HTML, it will not return, and not allow, if anything is returned by mistake, it will not execute on the front end. So that's the thing. We have to take care of this, and don't forget to use this library also. I use and I complete this logical letter. So right now I'm just focus on learning about security and security ethics. So I'm just sharing you, and thank you for watching my video. We have many things left. For the brute force, we have rate limit I was already saw in the code, and authorization check. We have not worked on it in the current project. I saw you it later. So role based access control. I have something to show you. Role based access control. Like I make some role for the users, and it will be, I think, inside the roles. Okay, so we have HR permission. So HR can create job, update job, delete job, view applicants, manage company profile, view jobs, apply jobs, update job, and update profile. Okay, so these are the admin roles. HR roles are bind inside this, and candidate role are also bind. Manage roles and manage role and manage roles. Okay, manage user and manage roles. So shading is, this is the first time when our backend execute this query. If already exist, it will not return this data in the table. So these are the things for the role-based access control. We have to utilize this schema for in the later when we building the our application, or for also showing access based UI on the front end side. So just for now we have I show you CURL request how it will work. Postman is also similar platform, and captcha. You see many website when you filling the government job exam, we have something like captcha appear before, and captcha and some security, some kind of security which we have to fill this, we have to use uh, when filling the form. Okay, so these things we have discussed today. We have more for security which we'll discuss in later videos. Thank you for watching this video. Where let me turn off.